people, it's your boy Clouds P. Welcome back to the Seasons Pod. I know it's been a hot minute, but we are back. As you can see, we've got this amazing background. We're going to go into that, but first, let me introduce you to my wonderful co-hosts.
Sancho. I got my name for Sancho.
And Liam.
You don't want to give no more.
We'll get used to it because I've never been in front of a camera in a while. So
yeah, because that's the thing as well. Like, I don't know if for anyone that used to listen to the podcast back when we never used to have visuals, so this is the first ever time having visuals. More so because we finally patterned this amazing space. Amazing space. Which leads me on to say that we are now officially sponsored by Sequoia Lounge. We've been going to Sequoia for round of applause. We have been going to Sequoia for a couple of years now, and we've got this amazing relationship with the people here. So it was only right. Like
plus it's the best in London. If you type in Shisha Lounge,
100%,
first in
100%. Yeah. So it's only right we big them up as well. Like Sequoia Lounge, based in Clapham South. All of their details will be down below, whether you're watching it on YouTube, whether you're listening to it on SoundCloud, Spotify, etc. They're a Shisha Lounge based in Clapham South. Amazing place.
That does alcohol
for anyone that does enjoy a drink. So, which a lot of shisha places don't actually do, so that's also a plus. And yeah, amazing people. The staff are great. The owners amazing. The service is top notch. They do food now as well.
And as you can see, it's aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing.
Very much so. So shout out to Sequoia, our first official sponsor of the pod. But as much as we love Sequoia, we are here to talk football.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
However, our first topic is not football. So that's a major contradiction.
Wow.
As you lot know, we live in very uncertain times, and we live in like obscure times. Like we're living through a pandemic. A lot of lives have been lost, so it is a sad time. And we've only just began linking up again. Like we were quarantined, we were in a lockdown. There is obviously talks of another potential lockdown. So I just wanted to, before we start talking about the football, we've all been quarantined, so I wanted to ask you, how has life in quarantine been? Do you know what I mean? Car, we've lived through it together. You know what I mean? So like, I kind of wanted to give our perspective to the people listening, because they could have maybe had a harder one, or they could be listening to it elsewhere, abroad, and they don't know what we've been through. So I just kind of wanted to give you the table and talk about your experiences throughout.
Yeah, no, I think it's been obviously a very hard time. Everyone's sort of had to adapt to their lifestyle, but we're obviously a close-knit group, so we stayed in contact. I don't know if you've checked our page, but we've also done Zoom videos and all types of other stuff. Like we've done quizzes. Check that out if you haven't. And it's just all. I think it's been very tough, but I think that's what's made our creative side come out a lot more. Like they say in hard times, pressure makes diamonds, and I think that's the only thing we've been doing is just thinking about content for you guys. And let's hope we have smooth sailing into 2021.
We hope.
Hope so, man. But it's been ups and downs to it. Like obviously work and stuff, but like that, and then said we've got more creative. Even though like we weren't able to see each other, like we actually saw each other, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
like FaceTime,
yeah, exactly.
Warzone, which played a big part of.
You know what? I tell you what, when I was growing up, I used to love COD, innit? COD, FIFA. I used to like playing games, especially because you was with your brethrens, and I wasn't really allowed to leave the house that much, innit? So PlayStation was my escape. Bro, Warzone coming out during the pandemic, and being able to relive my childhood a bit, was crazy. Yeah. I enjoyed every moment.
I went to Tesco's to buy P4. Look at me. I went Beckenham, Bricks to Kennett. I went all over South London for the PlayStation. Couldn't find it, man. I had to go Argos. Spend like £3 on it with the game, and that's mad.
I think what we can take away from that is always be a child. Always embrace your childhood.
100%.
Your inner childhood.
Yeah, you gotta go back, man.
You got to be happy. You got to find ways to be happy, and especially in this quarantine, we just got to say thank you to Warzone.
No, 100%. No, it's big man team. Listen, Activision, all of them, man.
Captain Price, Farrah.
You know how who's it? Vicstar got the video message from Captain Price. Listen, you can do that for us.
I want Farrah. You're my favorite character, please.
But quickly before we jump ship, I just want to say that I think it's also important to surround yourself around people that you truly love and enjoy being around, because I think I was kind of, well, I'm going to use the word fortunate. I was fortunate enough to still have work during the pandemic, so I was out the house, etc., working, but a lot of our colleagues, a lot of our friends weren't able to do that, and they were literally stuck at home. But the fact that you had friends on the other line, like, just there for you, like, if you wanted to talk, one phone call, FaceTime, bro, can you imagine the amount of minutes we spent on FaceTime?
Oh, there was times where it was just unnecessary though. We'd call, we wouldn't say anything.
Yeah.
Sit there,
the phone would be there for an hour.
Yeah, 100%. But do you know what it is? It's because you want to be in each other's presence. Like, you want to feel one another, you know what I mean? Like, bro, honestly, what a big word of advice is, like, find friends who you truly enjoy being around, and you know what I mean? Because that will just make your life so much easier. You'll love it, honestly.
100%.
I'm making it seem as if having good friends is hard, but well, I hope it's not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just maintain those relationships.
Yeah.
If you do have those friends.
And it's not even that. Look at us. We're literally friends, and we've gone out of our way. We're building this brand. We're on a podcast as friends. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, bro.
yeah.
Honestly,
It's mad stuff.
It's a big game changer.
Yeah.
Like, for you, it's just wow, all new visuals, but for us, it's so much more than that.
Yeah,
Like,
100%.
just so big. The fact that we can get these visuals to you is more of an achievement within itself, kind of thing.
We literally used to record our podcast like in people's bedrooms and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes, like, my house would be busy, and then we'd have to, like, find someone else's bedroom to record in. Like, bro, like, and now finally, obviously, big shout out to Sequoia. We're now in this beautiful space, and we're so privileged to now present to you visuals as well. Like, bro, we've come up, like, we've done our thing. We're still lacking on consistency, and that's the truth. There's no denying that. But hopefully now, especially once again, like, with this space and with the, like, mindset we've got now, hopefully we can just, you know what I mean, just start dishing out content left, right, and centre.
Yeah.
So. But if you lot ain't got nothing else to say about quarantine or lockdown or whatever, I'm happy to start talking about the business.
Football. Let's talk about football.
Let's talk about football. Let's go straight into it, and kind of like tying into the whole quarantine thing. Football's back. Football's been back for a minute now, except the podcast hasn't, unfortunately. But football without fans. I've jotted that down in my notes. I wanted to talk about football without fans. I wanted you lot's opinion on the whole football without fans topic.
Okay.
As you know, I think Boris Johnson, well, I'm talking about obviously in an English perspective, no fans now allowed until October. I doubt even by October will be allowed.
There's players still getting COVID.
What's your lot's opinion on the whole football without fans?
It's harder for the clubs, especially like if you're looking at EFL. Non-league, you can still have fans, but some people are still going to be shying away from going and that.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for like your League 1, League 2 clubs that they need the money more than anyone, and for them not to even be considered to be bailed out by the government is. I understand why they wouldn't with the Premier League, obviously spending X amount of millions on players, and they're not obviously putting that money down towards EFL. It's going to be hard, like no ticket sales, no beer sales, no hot dog sales.
Some clubs literally live off that
100%,
revenue.
100%. Like, think about it. Like, you could make X amount of thousands in that one day just from having a 90-minute match at your home ground. It's crazy. And they play, 44 games? Divide that by 2. That's a lot of money, you know.
Yeah.
Expect like away fans as well. All the other things they like shirts. People are not really buying their shirts and that.
They got nowhere to wear them to.
There you go. Like, it's hard, and I don't know when it's gonna change, but it needs to change soon.
It's not looking like it's gonna be anytime soon. That's the scary part. And it's only how much longer can clubs take without being able to, you know what I mean, bring fans in and make that revenue.
There's going to be a lot of clubs going, telling you.
For me, aside from the revenue, I feel like it's just like half, whenever you watch it, it's like half the game, it's 50% of the game, because it just feels sort of like a training match. However, I don't want the artificial sound noise whenever you watch on the TV or whatever. I'd rather hear it in its most natural element.
100%.
But it just it doesn't feel like the full game without the fans. The fans are the 12th man, they make the game what it is.
Yeah.
You get some of the most iconic moments because of the fans. That's why they say we love limbs, we love this and that. But obviously, they got to put safety first. It is what it is. However, it has been very tough without fans. There have been certain games, especially for like the smaller teams, they need their fans just to sort of spur them on against the bigger teams.
Yeah.
And I think that's like also a very, very tough thing for them, like going forward, especially in the relegation battles and the scraps and stuff like that. So Yeah, that's all I've got pretty much
Yeah.
there, innit?
No, I think to conclude the point, if you don't have anything to add, I think also what I've noticed without fans, football isn't the same, period, and football's not going to be the same for a while because, like you said, fans spur the players on, and then you watch certain games and you think, fam, there's no like enthusiasm, there's no spirit, and maybe if the 12th man was there, the fans like they put him, you know what I mean, they give him an extra gear or two, but.
Now let me ask you a question then. Sorry to cut you.
No, do you think?
Like if you watch on Sky Sports, BT Sports, they have this added crowd sound.
Yeah.
Do you have it with or without?
Without.
I guess the only good thing though with like
It's not real.
yeah,
It's not real.
the only good thing with like not having obviously fans, not that it's a good thing period, but it's the fact that you can kind of hear what's being said on the pitch.
Yeah, I wanted this most natural element. So if there were fans there, I'd want the fans there to like hear the chants, this and that. But if there's no fans there, I want to hear what Mourinho's screaming on the touchline, what Pep's screaming, or you know what I mean. So that's it. Like you need it in its most natural form, and this without the fans is not in its most natural form. But we'll take the next best thing, which is without the fans and no sound at all.
Yeah, 100%. So you look all for like the likes of Germany have introduced fans.
Yes.
I think Portugal's on the weekend's going to introduce their
France
first.
have already done it.
France has done it.
Listen, if non-league can do it, I've gone to under-18s youth cup games, and there's been fans everywhere, standing, sitting in the stands. They've got one row sitting down, one row not sitting down, with like 3 or 4 seats apart. If you're with 2 or 3 people, you sit together, and then there's like 3 or 4 spaces. It can be done.
And we're talking about 50,000 seaters and that. There's more than enough space.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
even with all this like closing pubs and restaurants early at 10 p.m, it's more safer for you to be like at a stadium than to be anywhere. Supermarket, wherever it is. Every stadium's open apart from if you close Wembley. I don't know if Tottenham's new stadium can close, but all the stadiums are open. It's not supposed to be airborne, so you should be alright. If everyone's wearing a mask, provided that obviously if you're exempt you don't have to, but you should be fine. You should be perfectly fine. Don't see the issue with it. It's just the government getting involved, trying to control things, in my opinion, but that's another conversation for another day.
For another podcast.
Oh, for another podcast, yeah.
Seasons politics coming soon.
Seasons politics.
I don't know.
It doesn't have a good ring to it. Doesn't have a good ring to it. But yeah, no. Hopefully the introduction of fans will come. But as Hammer said, the government, it's looking. It's looking a bit iffy. But we have to wait and see. I think for us as well, like content wise, for us to be allowed back in the stadium and to create content of us going to games, etc. I think it'd be beneficial for us and for the people watching. But we gotta wait unless we fly out.
And we will. At some point we will.
We were supposed to.
Yeah, we were. Oh yeah, we were supposed to.
Funny story, guys. Oh wait, am I allowed to say it?
Yeah, of course you can.
Yes. So early March, he's already been to the San Siro, or otherwise known as the Giuseppe Meazza. Me and Liam hadn't, and a friend of ours hadn't, and we saw online flights were very cheap.
Funny enough, sitting right there.
We literally
It was actually planned in Sequoia.
It was planned in Sequoia, and we said on an impulse, why not? Let's go. So
we
We was watching Inter that night as well.
We were watching Italian football. So we said we have to go watch Serie A game. We booked the tickets, we bought the flights. 2 of us bought game tickets. It was done within the very night. It was like, yeah, you want to go? We'll go.
Half hour.
2-3 days later, I get a call from Claudio saying we can't go. I was like, why not? And then
Italy's gone into lockdown.
Italy's got into lockdown. Apparently, it's the second worst COVID outbreak after China and Wuhan.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah. I was confused as to how, but obviously they've got a big
Chinese
community.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was our trip done, and I still haven't been, and now the Giuseppe Meazza is under renovation or something. They're
gonna tear it down, no?
They're gonna tear it down, and then.
So we've never been to the San Siro. We're gonna call it San Siro. We were supposed to go, but then COVID-19 had ultimately shattered our dreams.
That was the only stadium I'd love to go to. It's that. Imagine back in the day, I didn't even play FIFA. I played Pezza.
Yeah.
And that San Siro with AC Milan.
Yeah,
and
no, for me it's
all the big boy ballers like, oh bro.
Yeah.
Nah, it was mad. COVID's done us dirty. I can't lie. Like,
and the worst thing is, I was supposed to go in second.
Wow. And like, we keep saying the worst thing is because it's really bad. It's really bad. But if you check the channel, we've been to the Camp Nou. You haven't done a Buddha vlog yet, have you?
No, we didn't do one for that. We did it for Rome.
We did Rome. So
Rome,
yeah.
Olympic Stadium.
We went to the Stadio Olimpico. We've been to the Camp Nou. We've watched Fever and Kavos in Hungary, Budapest, who have just made it to the Champions League. So congratulations to you.
to them. We're actually members.
We're members.
If I had my card, I'd show you. Look, we're legit members. Like
they've got my handprint. They've got my handprint. And yeah, so congratulations to them. We've also been there. Like, we love traveling. We love seeing like foreign football matches. We love it all, and it's the best thing possible. So the fact that we weren't able to see and go to the San Siro is genuinely hard.
You know what's the craziest thing as well? Is like it's the fact that you lot was so you lot wanted to go so bad. Like you lot like and then when you lot found out you couldn't go, like it was genuine heartbreak. Innit?
It seemed too good to be true. Like, I won't say the figures, but the flight was less than most trips to Liverpool, or like a train to Liverpool or Manchester from London.
Yeah.
And like the game ticket
in London.
Yeah, bro, even the game ticket was less than a meal out in London.
Yeah.
And you're thinking to go to the San Siro, which I've watched on ITV my whole childhood. Adriano, Ronaldinho, R9, Zlatan, all of them, and I get to go, and then it doesn't happen. So it's heartbreaking.
It's mad still. It's mad. Hopefully, I'm not quite sure on how it works. Like how long it's going to be until they actually do knock it down, etc. But if we do, like I have obviously been fortunate enough to go, but bro, I'll gladly go. Like I've had the craziest experience going to the San Siro, like sitting with the ultras, and some of the stuff I saw was crazy. Like I'm so happy I've done it, and I kind of want you lot to experience it as well. So if we can make that happen, God willing, like we'll definitely put it on the top of our list, 100%.
Oh, we still got other stadiums to take off the list.
Yeah, no. Definitely.
Santiago Bernabeu.
Bernabeu is number one on my list. We have to go there because I think that's going to get renovated again soon.
Yeah, that one's going to get worked as well. So
I think my favourite is Goodison Park though.
But you enjoyed it.
Yeah.
That was crazy though. That the atmosphere was.
Even though my team lost, that was a fun day.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
That was crazy. For anyone that hasn't watched our vlogs, he's got one on his private channel, personal channel. We've got one on the seasons page also. So we'll link it all below. So you lot can go and relive that with us. Although it wasn't the best of results, but you're alright because you wasn't supporting either team, so you're good.
That's the best cafe in Liverpool. We went to that one.
Maggie Mace.
Let's get back on track.
But yeah, that brings us to the Premier League. Prem's back.
Oh yes.
We're now 3 game weeks in?
Yep.
Three game weeks?
Yeah.
Am I correct in saying that?
Yep. 3 game weeks.
We've seen West Brom Chelsea 3-3. We've seen Everton beat Everton beat Spurs 1-0. We've seen Liverpool beat Arsenal 3-1. We've seen Arsenal
5-2.
Yeah, like we've seen it all.
Goals galore.
Yeah, no, there has been a lot of goals. We've seen Leeds as well, that crazy game with Liverpool.
That's so good.
They're doing alright, innit? Playing some good
I
football.
did say that, no one listened.
Bielsa,
I believe in Bielsa.
He's a big Bielsa stan, so you know how that goes. But yeah, let's talk about how teams have reinforced in the transfer market.
Okay.
We can start with anyone. We can talk about specific players. I'm gonna straight away off the rip, Everton.
Okay.
They've invested in 3 powerhouses in midfield, all in their own right. Decore, Alan, and James Rodriguez.
Yes.
They actually all started and have been starting for Everton, and they haven't lost yet. If that isn't an amazing, I know we're only 3 weeks in, and I am getting a bit carried away.
Yes.
But if that isn't like an amazing return or ROI, return on investment, I don't know what is.
To be fair, they look absolutely in sync, like as if they've been playing with each other for more than one season. Like the same can't be said for Chelsea, which is weirdly. We'll get onto that, but yeah, like it just looks so good. James Rodriguez looks like he hasn't lost a step, even though he hasn't played for Real Madrid in so long. Like he hasn't been lacking match fitness whatsoever. Calvert-Lewin looks inspired. I'd like to see more from Richarlison, but I tell you what, Decore and Alan, what they do is break up the play
and they give James creative freedom.
Yeah, they're like metronomes. They just sort of ticks again. They just make it.
Literally it.
They're so good.
Literally it.
However, Pickford, I'm not really convinced of him. He's really small.
So that reminds me of another goalkeeper in the Premier League.
He is good keeper, but he's too unreliable in certain situations. It was like Chesney back in the day with Arsenal. Yeah. Sick keeper, but always had a mistake in him. Yeah. But he's gone to Juve and done worldly.
Yeah. Do you think obviously so in terms of like signings, massive signings. That's probably the three that kind of jump
Yes.
straight out.
100%.
Chelsea have invested in Werner, Havertz, Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Mendy, who else? Ziyech. Bro.
The list goes on. Saw. Even though he's probably.
Yeah. And they, unlike Everton, have not had the same return on investment. They're actually, they've got, what, 4 points in 3 games.
However, you could say that Everton have the more experienced manager, the more decorated manager.
Yeah, and funnily enough, this is something we spoke about off camera quite a bit.
Yeah.
We spoke about...
I'm starting to believe Lampard has no tactical vision. I'm going to say it now. I don't care about controversial opinion. I'm going to say it. He's just passion and vibes. That's it. That's all it is.
So vibes, you know.
Passion and vibes.
Alright, but vibes.
It's just fist pump FC basically. Just I'm gonna say. However, Everton have had they've had their main spine, and they've had some additions. Chelsea have bought 7 or 8 out of 11 players. It's gonna take some time to gel when you make that much of a drastic
Exactly.
change.
And my argument was, sorry to cut you off. My argument was that I don't think Lampard has the capabilities of creating that gel. You know what I mean? I don't think he's now got all of these players, and in their own right, Werner, I'm pretty sure in the past 3 seasons he's had a 20+ goal return.
Yeah.
Havertz was, in my opinion, probably the best player in the Bundesliga. Ziyech, arguably the best player at Ajax, had that amazing Champions League run with Ajax. Chilwell, good left back. I'm going to be honest, I did think there was a better options at left back, but if Chelsea wanted Chilwell, fair play, they got their man. Thiago Silva, exactly, one of the most decorated centre backs. And but then the argument comes, look at Everton, like they've brought in these 3 midfielders and they've just come together as if they've been playing for years.
I thought like 3 disrupts the team less than 8, 7 or 8.
100%, but we're talking about elite players.
Yeah, but you think about it, they had no pre-season. You're buying 7, 8 players at one time. Look at the times when teams come up from the Championship to the Premier League. They bring like 7, 8, 10, 11, 12 players. Look what happens, they go straight back down. You can't just invest in... cool, it's good to invest in a lot of players, but you've got to be careful with... Remember, they've still got to gel, they've got to learn how the Premier League's played, how Chelsea plays.
However, to counteract that, these are positions that we wanted to strengthen. So the fact that they're not performing, have we acted poorly in the transfer market, even though everyone thinks they're exciting?
See, I think you've done well in the transfer market in regards to your signings, but you've done poorly in the fact that you've got too many signings, in my opinion.
Okay.
So you think it's an overload?
Yeah, you've overloaded. There's no point in buying 7, 8 players. No matter if you're Barcelona, no matter if you're Grimsby Town, you can't invest that much money in that many players at one time.
Crazy. Like, funnily enough, funny you say that, because you see, if you look at Chelsea, for example, they've signed all these players. They've all gone into the starting 11. It's literally been Thiago Silva's fit. He's in. You know what I mean? Chilwell's the only person that's kind of been on the fringe.
To be fair, we ain't got Pulisic back. Lampard, I'm sorry, because if Pulisic comes back and it's all good again, I'll retract my statement. But as of right now, you're on my bad side.
To me, in all fairness, it's a slap in the face to the academy.
Yeah, but they had last year.
Mason Mount
started all 3 games.
Tammy Abraham. Tomori. Reece James
starting.
But
alright, but here's my question to you. Do you think Tammy Abraham's good enough to lead a Chelsea attack? Who's fighting for Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup, etc.?
Probably not, but he should still be considered. Okay, he's being considered.
He is being considered.
But still, no, you ain't got just Tammy Abraham, you got all these other players. Who've done well last season, they all done well. Okay, they're going to have errors.
But did they do well because there was no pressure?
Yeah,
because Chelsea had no pressure.
No one expected anything.
Exactly, no signings, nothing, new manager. Literally, like you said, it's just vibes, passion and vibes FC. Just go and play. There's no pressure. You don't need to win anything.
I want you to name this episode "Lampard has no tactical nous" in
Say no, I'll do it just for you, Pep.
I 100% agree with you. It very well possibly would likely to be a slap in the face to the academy. However, we've played 5 games in all comps. Reece James has started 3 or 4. Tammy started 2. Tomori's played 3 games. They've all had an involvement. Mount's played in every single game. However, as the season progresses, I do think they're going to be pushed out.
Of course they are.
They are going to be pushed out.
Yeah.
But knowing Lampard's going to get sold.
Knowing Lampard, he does seem to like respond to the media saying like whenever there's pressure on him to play academy players.
Props to Lampard though, because he does like his academy players.
He loves
like,
Gilmore.
Yeah, like
he's been through it himself.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
he's introduced them at every. Maybe he's got the pressure to play the new guys because X amount of money was spent on Havertz, for example.
Yeah.
You have to play him.
Yeah.
And with this being said, although he did bag a hat trick against Barnsley, bro, in the Prem he's been non-existent.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about not even being able to make like crossfield passes. You know what I mean? Like
I just feel like he needs time to adapt to the pace of the league. I feel like I'll give him his time.
But for 70 odd million, how much time do you need? And this was my argument. Chelsea have signed elite footballers.
Yeah.
Some would, bro. People said before Havertz joining Chelsea, Havertz was considered generational talent.
Yeah.
How much time does a generational talent need to adapt to a new squad and to start performing?
Yeah, I know, but it's been what? Okay, cool. So it's a completely different city. He just started to learn the language. He's 21. He's only getting older than I am, and he's got to deal with millions of people around the world, kind of thing. And he's in a completely different culture.
He's still a kid.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give him some time. I feel like he does warrant it. Plus, in this market, 70 million is nothing now.
But then doesn't that start the argument? How about Sancho? Sancho went to Dortmund and just lit it up.
But certain players can adapt straight away. Certain players can't.
Some people in time. Not every player is the same. You know what I mean? And like Wayne Rooney started.
So alright, cool. Alright, I don't want to spend too much time on Chelsea because we could speak. Even you, not as a non-Chelsea fan, you could speak for however many hours on Chelsea.
Yeah.
Have you seen glimpses of a generational talent Havertz yet? Yes or no?
I'll be honest, no, not yet. No.
So
he done well in the Carabao Cup, but who do you play?
Yeah, no one.
Exactly.
But I still got to give him time. It's been 5 games.
That's the thing, like
4 games, 5 games.
You look, for anyone like watching, listening, etc. You don't need to understand that like, with a podcast, you kind of have to play both sides, innit? Obviously, you're gonna have your bias here and there, innit? Bro, I absolutely love Havertz. When I used to watch him in the Bundesliga, I used to think, no way.
Listen, I haven't watched him, but from what I've seen, he's a good player.
Bro, we're talking about like a 6 foot, however tall, what's it called, number 10, graceful, like brilliant feet, can score goals, and like he was doing this in the Bundesliga, did well at Leverkusen, and then like he's not replicating that over in England, and now everyone's, do you know what I mean? And
people expecting too much. People think, okay, because they slapped 70 or 80 million from Clapham, they expect things straight away. It doesn't work like that.
And plus, Bundesliga is a smaller market. No one will get on you if you had one quiet game.
Yeah.
Like if Leverkusen had one quiet game.
But that's the thing though. If you think Bundesliga is a small market, imagine playing for Leverkusen, which then, in theory, when you talk about Bundesliga, the first 2 clubs or first 3 clubs that come into mind now, Leipzig, Bayern Munich, and Dortmund.
Yeah.
Leverkusen's not.
They always fight for like 4th or 5th.
Exactly.
They're not the biggest team.
Exactly.
So he's already basically a top 4 club in Germany coming to what's technically a top 4 club in England.
Yeah.
However, the stage is so much bigger.
Yeah.
Like,
but that's the thing though. Like, top 4, you're right, but in theory, like Mönchengladbach, kind of that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They barely get into Europa League.
Yeah, it's mad. But then again, I do think you're right. I do think everyone needs time in it. We are only 3 game weeks in, and he has bagged a hat trick, regardless of who it's against. He has.
And when we watched the Brighton game, even though like eventually we saw like he didn't do much, he saw the potential there. Like when he'd have like a crisp first touch, he'd take it within his body. I think whoa kind of thing. But we just got to give him time because at the end of the day, our whole team isn't back yet. Like, Pulisic, Ziyech, like even then they have to integrate into the new squad. Yeah. They have to gel with each other.
I do think like Pulisic is probably
the
best
missing
player. Yeah,
I
think he's the missing key right now, especially on how well he ended last season.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And to not have that at the beginning of the season, do you know, it is difficult. It is difficult. But Chelsea do need to pick up and fast because Brighton, they won, didn't deserve to win. Second game, who did they play again? Mine black.
Newcastle.
We didn't play Newcastle, did we?
No, I thought about Brighton. I'm Brighton supporter now.
Chelsea. Who was Chelsea's second game against?
Liverpool.
Yeah, Liverpool, red card, didn't play great.
Kepa.
Yeah, bro, Yeah, so didn't play great, lost anyway, got red card. Then West Brom 3-0 down at the half. somehow brought it back 3-3, which that wasn't really a surprise to me, bringing it back 3-3, because Chelsea have the quality to do so.
We were betting them even when we were down 3-0. We were dominating over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Our defence was that bad that they scored every time they went down to a goal.
Yeah, literally.
And they went down 3 times.
But yeah, I think all in all, Chelsea need to pick up ASAP, and the players do need to, especially the new signings.
They need to kick up the arse.
Yeah.
They need fans. They need fans to go, come on, boys.
Apparently Lampard got into a mad altercation with Alonso.
Apparently people will be surprised if he makes it back into the squad
Yeah,
again. And everyone thought Emerson was out the door, but now he's probably going to stay and Alonso's out.
Exactly. Crazy, innit? Crazy. But yeah, Chelsea, Everton, we'll leave Man United for last. Liverpool haven't really invested. Brought in Jota, scored his first goal in the Prem
And
against Arsenal.
You think that's a good signing?
Yeah.
I think it's a great signing.
But for him, it's a bit mad though, because he's a fringe national team player.
Yeah.
So he needs to play as much as possible to get into the Portugal squad.
Yeah.
And I think his minutes might be limited, obviously, because you have Firmino.
But he's a
Mane,
versatile
Salah.
player. He can play on either side.
He's a perfect fit. I can't lie. He's a perfect fit.
Player. We also forgot the addition of the best midfielder in the world.
Yeah, I was going to touch into that. Like,
Thiago.
yeah, Thiago coming into that Liverpool squad. In my opinion, in my non-humble opinion, he can walk into any midfielder on the planet. That's not, for me. It's not even up for debate.
If he's a walk-in to basically the current kings of Europe,
Yeah,
the best
imagine.
team in the world, there's no team he's not starting for.
Yeah.
100%.
It doesn't matter what team you are,
Yeah.
he's starting in that team.
Got the Ronas as well, hasn't it?
He's got the Ronas.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He got positive today.
So obviously, my opinion on Liverpool, they had that goal fest against Leeds.
Yeah.
Chelsea was whatever happened. Against Arsenal, what I've noticed is that for me, in my honest opinion, 3 game weeks in, I know I keep repeating myself, but I think it's important to note, they are favourites for the title again.
I think they're going to walk it.
I do think they're favourites for the title again. They've invested, I think, relatively well, considering you are the best team on the planet.
Yeah.
Well, Bayern Munich are, let's be honest.
Yeah, but Liverpool can contend
yeah.
for them.
The only thing that I've noticed in 3 games is they're very leaky. They haven't been defensively as astute as.
They've been trying to
Do
play
you know what I
that
mean?
offside trap. If you watch the Arsenal game,
Yeah.
I didn't watch it, but I watched the highlights. And if you watch that back line, they're trying to play that offside trap.
Yeah.
Trent's not quite
Yeah,
turned
but that's.
into it.
I heard a commentator say that like teams are opting for the Joe Gomez Trent side because they know they can exploit it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And do you know, for someone that's challenging in all fronts, do you know what I mean? Reigning English champions, they kind of need to
To be
fix
fair,
that soon.
though, it sort of started from when they were officially confirmed to win the league. And then, I'm not saying it's because of their concentration levels. However, sometimes, like we were touching upon, without the fans there, it's so easy just to hear silence and play a chant and lose your concentration. And then, like, it's a lot easier for teams to concede now. That's why we've been seeing goal fest in the Premier League. There's no fans there.
Yeah.
But say some clubs are preferring it without fans because of the amount of pressure that they have.
Yeah,
the abuse that some of them get.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think for certain.
Imagine if
players,
John Terry was playing without a crowd, he'd be laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But there's certain players that live off that, like Ronaldo. Ronaldo says he lives off like the jeers and you know what I mean.
He wants to shut them
It's just
up.
it's just the mentality,
Yeah,
innit? I
exactly.
think certain players think. But yeah, Liverpool I think brought in probably top 5 midfielder in the world. Brought in probably the best backup they can for Mane or even Salah. Jota can play either side. You know what I mean? Like they'll be alright. I just think defensively they need to fix 1 or 2 things. But other than that, in my honest opinion, they're probably favourites for the league again.
I wasn't saying that until that Arsenal game. I can't remember.
No, I wasn't saying that until
I said it was
the
an
Leicester
open
City
league.
game, but we'll touch upon that.
Yeah,
I said it was an open league.
yeah,
Chelsea, Liverpool, United, you know,
yeah,
Arsenal.
yeah.
Arsenal, I was thinking,
No, Arsenal.
maybe.
We're
I
going to
was
touch
thinking
upon
maybe,
Arsenal still, but yeah.
But after that Liverpool performance, when Laka's missing, think that I don't know, mate. Honestly, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good.
Yeah. Next, we'll touch on City. I think City's probably second in line to obviously Liverpool last season. Have invested randomly. I'm going to be honest. For what we're used to City investing in,
It wasn't as strategic as
like-
we thought City would be.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like you brought in Ake, which fair enough. He is a top centre back. Let's be completely
Yeah, but how
honest.
many goals did Bournemouth pick?
100%. But how much of that is directly Ake's fault in his defence?
No,
You know what I mean?
No, I
Yeah.
agree. I agree.
But he was the captain.
They
Yeah.
they bought him because he's a centre back who's English and they can play out from the back.
Do you know?
He can play from out from the back. That's all it is.
Do you know what's my honest?
I love Ake to bits, by the way.
Yes, I do.
Wait, did you say Ake is English? No, he's Dutch.
He's Dutch.
Yeah, he grew up in the Chelsea system. But he's Dutch. He's Dutch.
So I don't. It's been a long day.
You might as well be English. You're confident.
No, but that's what I'm saying. Yeah, in theory, he grew up in the Chelsea system, so you are sort of right. But do you know what I think? You know what I think the Ake thing was? They failed with Koulibaly,
Yeah.
left-footed centre back. So they thought, who can we get for a relatively, discounted price?
You know what? To be quite
Premier
honest
League
with you,
experience.
I'll be real. I don't think that Koulibaly signing would have done much. If I'm being genuinely honest, watching the Lyon game back and like watching this Leicester game, they seem to concede sloppy goals. Like it's just out of nowhere. They'll be in control of the game. It sort of reminds you of like the end of Pep's tenure at Bayern, where they just get counter-attacked and they lose 4-5.
But do you know what's crazy as well? It's like you can obviously say one team is different to the other. Yeah, City against Wolves was a walk in the park. I was watching it on Portuguese television. The commentator was saying, "Oh, this was a German efficient performance," and it was. It was efficient. It was clean. They conceded a good goal, put it fucking nutmeg to whoever it was, putting a good cross, Jimenez off the head. But it was so clean. They finished off with Wolves. Obviously, Wolves haven't been too great. They've just lost 4-0 to West Ham, bro. Watching Wolves.
I don't know what's going on.
Listen, watching Wolves this season compared to what they were last season, it looks like two different squads.
But I think we might have like some recency like bias, because last year they started off really slow too, and we thought, is it because they've got Europa League now? Is it this and that? And they started off really slow. They were losing a bunch of games, which I think we've all forgotten, and then they ended up picking up and being the Wolves we all know.
I think Wolves are trying to refine their identity.
Yeah.
I think they have no identity right now. I think Jota leaving probably does play.
It's messed them up a bit.
Yeah, like he was one of their best players, and he did contribute either with assists and goals every so often. You know what I mean? But I think Wolves, they're not going to do as well as they did last season. I think they're going to struggle for a lot of the first half of the season, and I think it's going to take them a while to get into the flow of things. But going back onto City, signing of Ferran Torres, listen, I don't know. I hardly watched him at Valencia because he never used to play. He never even used to start for Valencia a lot of the times. He even said that he didn't want to leave Valencia. That's already a bad indication, do you know what I mean, of what that transfer is going to be like. He hasn't really done anything when coming in.
You know what that signing reminds me of is when Nolito joined City. It's
a Spanish player.
It's a nothing signing.
Yeah.
I think if I was to make an early vote of what the worst signing of the season is going to be, I think it might be him.
Yeah,
I swear they got a kid at the back already. He's come from the academy, Spanish.
Eric Garcia.
But he potentially.
He's going back to Barcelona.
Yeah, but he potentially was going to think.
Really?
Yeah, he was going back to Barcelona.
I've always liked him.
Yeah.
Watched him come up.
But you can tell straight away that he's got that very Spanish way of playing, confident with the ball at his feet, good defender as well.
However, if you look at a lot of City fans online, they said he played awful against Leicester.
Yeah, he did, but bro, the whole team played awful.
Ben Mendy, which I think he might be a fraud. We looked at him as what might be the best left backs in the world.
Listen,
injury done him well.
That's the thing. If it was the injury,
fair.
Look how long he was out for. He came back. He went back out again.
Yeah, I know, but a lot of the time he's giving away a penalty. Is it not because he's slow or whatever? Like sometimes it's just the concentration. I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know. I have no idea.
Too much Instagram influence.
Yeah, probably.
He's with. I'm not gonna say.
He needs to. That City team. I don't know. They have just signed Ruben Diaz, which Portuguese.
I don't know how that's seen.
Portuguese centre back, starts for Portugal. Benfica. He was Benfica's captain at the age of 22 or whatever. He's young. He is a good defender. How he's gonna adapt to the Prem, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I've watched him for however long now, 2-3 years. You can see he's got something about him. However, he can make a mistake or two, but owns up to them. He does own up to his mistakes, and he's a leader. And I think that's probably what they're lacking.
Missing, Company gone, and
the only thing is though is
gone.
They are a relatively young squad, but will certain players listen to Ruben Diaz? Do you know what I mean? Bearing in mind he's come from a club like Benfica. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
I don't think the club will matter though. Sometimes you can just tell.
He will bring that leadership to the squad, which they do need. But other than that, City not impressing in the transfer market, and except for that Wolves game, not really impressing in general. So
I might take a Graham Souness approach and take a look at their medical stuff because
oh my days.
how they're looking for their fourth window in a row. They're looking for a left-sided centre back. What's wrong with Laporte? Why does he keep getting hurt?
Yeah,
Why does he keep getting injured?
yeah, him being constantly injured.
Why does Ben Mendy keep getting injured?
Yeah.
Why did they let go of Angelino and keep Zinchenko? There's so many things that I need to.
Yeah.
There's questions.
Those are good
popping up.
questions.
Yeah.
Those are good questions.
And for you to spend 357 odd million on your defence and still keep changing it, I don't care if you're Pep Guardiola. I don't care if whatever. There's something not right there.
Yeah.
But in like looking at their recent form, like very recent form, like it might. We don't know whether it's a blip or it might continue. But from what I've seen, it doesn't look like Pep has been as motivated as he usually is.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see.
People are saying that ever since he took off the Zara jacket, he's not been the same. The grey Zara
Yeah,
jacket.
but it's not cold enough to wear the Zara. Even if it was not cold, he stopped wearing it. I don't know what it was.
There's probably something missing in it, fam.
I don't care if there's 3 buttons missing. You need to get that jacket back or that jumper or whatever it was.
I wasn't even talking about buttons, but you know.
Yeah.
Alright, next we're going to talk about Spurs. In terms of like signings, let's start first with Doherty at right back. Maybe that's what Wolves are missing. That right back, well, right wing back.
He offered a lot of goals for them and
Yeah.
assists for them.
Yeah.
And he was important.
He was-
Adama's playing at wing
Up
back
and
now.
down, up and down.
So,
all the
Yeah,
time.
he was important. Signing of Højbjerg, which I really
I don't like
appreciate.
that.
You don't like it?
He doesn't add much to the midfield.
I think
added so much creativity to that midfield.
I think
He does the same thing as Harry Winks. So if you have them two in midfield, there's just no mobility. There's no.
But then-
have you seen how many passes forward he's made for them?
Yeah, but then what does that?
I
do?
hate Spurs, but
Yeah, no, but that's Højbjerg, and then there's Winks, and then they're pretty much doing the same role left and right, and they don't
but
do
that's
much.
But this is the thing.
Because imagine if they're playing a low block, then nothing's gonna happen.
See, I get both of you. I get both of your points, but I am for the Højbjerg transfer. I think he's a baller. I think he has been good. However, it's crazy to say it, but Spurs are lacking a Dele Alli in that 10, so them two can do whatever they're left and right, whatever, and then eventually find the creative midfielder,
Yeah.
which they're lacking at the moment. They've recently Mourinho and Ndombele have like rekindled their relationship, so he's back in the squad, but he's a hit and miss. He'll have a
He's
good
more
game.
of an
and-
8 than a number 10.
yeah, like, so it's not really thing. Jedson, he's not lived up to the hype. He's not really providing anything.
I don't know what position he plays. I don't know what his natural position is.
Well, he's an 8. He's a number 8. He's a
Okay.
central midfielder. He can play number 10. But Mourinho sometimes plays him at right back.
Yeah.
There's no consistency with him.
Yeah.
Obviously, Doherty was a good transfer. I think Højbjerg was also a good transfer. Reguilon in theory is a good
I
transfer.
think he will be good for them.
Yeah,
So-
I think he will come good. I think he's also one of those players where he has to get used to the pace of the Premier League.
They'll still struggle though.
Yeah,
no matter
100,
what,
yeah,
they'll
yeah.
still struggle.
And that's going to bring me on to a topic that I'm going to think after. Obviously, Bell's back.
Yeah.
He does seem like he's happy again though. I can't
Do you
lie.
see him? Do you see him on the stage? He was
Yeah,
clapping
yeah.
the ball
He
and
does
everything.
seem
He looks like
happy
a
again.
motivated, but I tell you what, Son, Kane, and Bale might be one of the most potent front threes
Yeah,
in the league.
100%.
If not the most potent.
100%.
Scary, innit?
Yeah.
100%.
Scary.
Like, bro, the other day we saw Son score 4 goals and Kane bag 4 hat-tricks and a flipping goal. That was the first time an Englishman got 4 assists in the Prem.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you know how crazy that is, bro?
Provided Southampton let them have it. Like,
Well, yeah, Southampton will
Do you know what's mad?
poor, like, but...
Do you know what's mad? Harry Kane was a 10.
yeah, he would.
Yeah.
He
but,
was
you,
insane.
but no, but just crazy. You can see that in his game, bro.
Yeah.
He can pass
A lot
the
of people
ball,
can't.
hold
I don't
up,
know how.
play.
I guess
bro.
Newcastle in the first half he was a 10 as well.
Yeah, he was a 10.
Playing up the ranks, he was playing as a
But this is
in the Dele Alli role.
That's what I'm saying,
Oh.
and this is where, although I do think Mourinho is outdated, this is one thing that Mourinho has that a lot of managers don't have, and a lot of people don't see is you can tell Mourinho knows his football.
Yeah.
What he's seen is okay. Son can pretty much put the ball in the back of the net in any situation.
Yeah.
Kane can pretty much pass the ball through anyone.
Yeah.
So we'll play a 4-3-3 or
false nine.
yeah. But what we'll do is we'll drop Kane back,
Yeah.
allow Son and Lucas Moura to push up.
Yeah.
Kane will receive the ball further down the pitch,
But
and
distribute.
then just distribute.
Yeah.
Bro, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
And then in certain scenarios, say Son receives it out wide or Lucas receives it out wide, Kane will push up,
Yeah.
get into the box, get on the end of a cross and score.
It's not
Bro,
even that. If he receives it deeper, he could take a long shot,
now.
which he will most likely score.
Especially when Bell comes. Oh, when Bell
Exactly.
comes is a problem.
Remember when before Bell left to go to Real Madrid, he was
Yeah.
scoring goals for fun.
Yeah.
Now imagine that same scenario. Obviously, you're going to lose Lucas,
Yeah.
which is crazy because Lucas has been one of the top performers for Spurs.
I think Bergwijn and Bell are better than him anyway. To be fair.
You think?
Yeah.
Bell's gonna come in. He can also put the ball in the back of the net like no one else.
Yep.
Now imagine them two pushing forward, Kane receiving.
It's a problem. It's a problem.
And distributing.
Any defense
Bro.
in the league.
But the problem now is who's going to be the third component in that midfield for Spurs, unless they change it up and try a 4-4-2 or whatever. I don't know. Just whatever. But I don't know.
I don't know.
Obviously,
unless you get Tangoy, Dombele, either Højbjerg or Winks. I don't think two of them together. It's two of the same players.
Yeah.
No mobility. I'm guessing Højbjerg because he can break up play better than Winks.
Yeah.
Because he already got creativity from Dombele, and either Sissoko to drive. Yeah, I'd probably put Sissoko there to drive if anything.
Yeah. And the thing is as well, like Dele Alli, apparently he's no longer even being called up to the squad. Like he's not even getting into Carabao Cup games.
Mourinho's not answering any questions from the press.
So it's looking like he is on his way out. If he's not on his way out, he's not playing.
The question is though,
who would take him?
Sure. Are you hearing this?
PSG, Real Madrid.
Real Madrid.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, it's mad.
No way.
It's mad. And bearing in mind, he's so many injuries. Like he's always bloody injured. You were saying to me that his body started giving up on him, or his legs or his knees or something.
Yeah, but look how long he's been playing.
Exactly.
Started, 16?
Exactly. At playing men's football.
Apparently he's got like multiple back pains and
yeah,
like he has to put those little wrap things on his leg. Even
I can't lie though, listen, forget about All or Nothing documentary and saying how he's lazy. You can see it. He's a fucking lazy boss.
No,
maybe it's because he doesn't want, like, he's probably hurt or sore. 100%.
No, but even in his demeanour though, you see when he was talking, he's like, "What's your favourite chocolate bar?" You know what I mean?
Not even
he's
that.
not a posh boy.
I'm guessing you can't get the clip up whenever you put the video up. But you see when he was like, Dele Alli, like, pass was too slow. Like when you got to the fullback, it needs to be bang, quick and whatever. He didn't look like he cared. He smiled. He's like, whatever. He didn't care.
Do you know what it is as well? He obviously has above average ability, but it's just
ego of his.
And his work rate is horrible. It's horrible, and he's going to suffer from that. His career, if he doesn't pick up, he will go downhill. But with Dele Alli going to Real Madrid, for example, Odegaard, Real Madrid denied an extra loan deal to Sociedad for Odegaard, so he's now back in the squad. He started against who did they play last? Sociedad, whoever it was, you know what I mean, or Betis or whoever it was. So he's now playing in that 10. Dele Alli's not going to come and take Odegaard's role. Do you know what I mean? He's not a wide player. The only team I can see him maybe getting into is the PSG team. Like maybe playing in the 10 for PSG, but then
they've been pushing in Xavi Simons.
Exactly.
There's another kid, Xavier or something. I can't remember.
Do you know what I mean? So
where going to somewhere in Italy.
But yeah,
Juve would be good for him.
Yeah, even the Milan clubs, I think he could fit in, especially slower pace, which he's.
That's the thing. If you watch Juve, I've watched Juve recently. That's not the same Juve.
Yeah, because it's no longer sorry.
Listen, it's
but that's why Ramsey's now in the starting lineup, playing in the hole because he gets the game moving. Do you know what I mean?
If you see how quick they move that ball forwards now, it's unbelievable. Dele Alli won't be able to shoot that at all.
Yeah, maybe Conte would. I'm pretty sure.
Maybe Inter. Yeah, maybe Inter. But I do think he. I don't know for him. However, I wanted to touch upon. Do you think Everton will finish above Spurs?
I don't know.
There's a possibility. You can't say it right now, but there's a chance. Anything can happen.
However,
anything can happen.
Everton were like early. They were going to be my surprise top 6 entrant. Like I think if they like out of early doors, they may scrape top 6. That's what I believe. They might take Wolves' spot.
Yeah. No, bro. Going off obviously the 3 games, Everton are shitting on Wolves. Like there's no comparison. There is no comparison. We're only going to talk about the top 5, top 6 clubs because I don't want to go into too much detail because we still got a few more things to talk about. Let's go on to Arsenal. You lot, in terms of investments, you know what I mean, like.
Well, we still got the deadline hasn't come yet.
Yeah, deadline hasn't come, and obviously there's talks of Partey, Aouar. If you don't get Aouar, I think that will be a
game changer. But it still won't be enough.
I was talking to your brother earlier on, and I think Partey might be a bigger game changer than.
Aouar.
Yeah, because we already got to create midfielders and Ceballos and stuff like that. I think Xhaka is upgrading for Partey might be a different level.
Yeah, of course.
Even
just because he's improved, doesn't mean he's going to be next level.
Even if you partner them, because it's El Nene and Xhaka playing in a deep. He's been alright. bad though. He's not been too
I
bad
don't
since
care. Ever since he's joined the club, it's just like, why would you sign someone like that? I never heard of him until he joined. I can't lie.
But that Wenger had that effect. You would be like, who?
He did that.
Yeah, but then after like a few games, you'll see why.
Yeah.
With this guy, it's
Or
just like,
Nasri, you'll be like, who the hell is this guy?
who is this Mohamed Salah looking like? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, it's true. In terms of like who you have signed, more so it's been defensively. Saliba, we haven't. Well, no, I lied. Saliba signed last season, but he's now in the squad.
Yeah.
Gabriel,
he's been alright. He scored in his debut, no?
Yeah.
He's been alright. Left-footed centre back, confident on the ball.
you lost a great number 2 though.
Yeah,
In Emi Martinez.
yeah. That was crazy, and he's doing well for Villa.
So upset, man.
Saved the penalty. He's the only keeper so far in the Premier to keep a clean sheet.
Do you want me to be honest? And I think I said this to you at the start of the season. With how well he ended last season,
He deserved to start.
You
he
think he should
deserved
start?
it to start. No matter what, I don't care if Leno was number 1 or not. He should have started in that first game.
Off merit, yeah, just straight off merit.
Yeah,
he
of course.
deserved
You
it.
played so well. As a
won a
keeper,
trophy.
fair enough.
2
I thought
trophies.
as a keeper, you're injured. Leno,
Yeah.
it's a hard time. But what? Just because you've finished your injury, what? You're just gonna jump straight back in? So you're gonna fuck up?
The rhythm.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Doesn't
you're
work
right.
like
You're right.
Doesn't work like. If
You're
me as a manager would not happen.
Yeah.
Emiliano, you'll be staying in the team. You'll be fighting for your place. Still, keep getting your clean sheets if you can. Leno, try and fight for your place back.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? That's a good point. You know what's crazy? Like, going back onto like your defence. You lot have signed players last season that were either injured or didn't play, that it makes it feel as if they're new signings. Like Kieran Tierney. How much of Tierney did we see last season?
Not a lot.
And now he's coming into the squad. He's looking alright. We still haven't seen the best of him.
Yeah. At Celtic, he done very well.
Only you can really vouch
He
for that.
done
You know what I
well.
mean?
I've been
So-
seeing online between some Arsenal fans, some Liverpool fans. Arsenal fans are confident that they believe Tierney's the best Scottish left back. That's all I'm saying. That's all I've read. That's all I've seen.
Fuck,
And I want
we're
to get-
talking about a Champions League winner.
Yeah,
winner.
of course. But this is Arsenal, Liverpool. So
Yeah.
we're talking about player on player.
Yeah.
I just wanted to get your thoughts on that. Who do you think's better? That's all I'm saying.
Nah, it's got to be Robertson.
Right now, it's
Robertson. Yeah,
Robertson, isn't it?
I don't really think you can. The thing is, Tierney's been all right, but he hasn't been amazing
He
yet.
hasn't.
We've seen
showed
spurts.
himself,
We
you
have
know
seen
what I mean?
spurts where
Yeah.
he's like, okay, cool, this is looking like a top.
Yeah.
You know what I
He's a
mean?
left footed
Listen.
Sequoia Lounge.
Oh, is it because he tucks in the shirt?
Yeah, and he's got like the big quads.
Listen, he is a top player, but he needs the time to show himself without injury, show what he can do in the Premier League full season, and
Yeah.
see what comes out of it. He's a good player.
Yeah.
Whether he's from the Premier League, I still don't know.
Three at the back.
Andy, I think he's a better centre back than. I wanted the camera to me. I think he's a better centre back than a full back. Because Robbo bombs down that wing like just every time, but like with Tierney,
He's
it's
more-
like
He's more
it's-
defensive.
Yeah.
He's that classic, like, if you
Yeah,
play a 4-4-2,
Fullback,
he will
yeah.
stick
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and then he'll play that ball forward.
Yeah. Talking about playing balls forward, but on the opposite side, Willian, obviously from Chelsea.
I was
What
a
do you
bit
think of
I was a bit upset with the transfer. I was thinking, nah, like, why? Like, again, another Chelsea like reject, pretty much. But fair enough, he did pick himself up at the back end of the season for Chelsea. We signed him. I wasn't too happy. First few performances aren't too bad, so it could be a good stepping stone for us. But
Yeah.
what, he's going to be with us what, a season or two?
Potentially, yeah.
But I think you're going to find out soon though. With Willian, it's a pool of inconsistencies.
Of course.
He'll have a purple
100%.
patch where for like
Yeah.
3-4 games will be
Do
crazy.
you want to know what's crazy? You might have the most inconsistent right side of the top 6 Premier League clubs.
Don't
Willian,
start.
if not Willian, Pepe will come in.
Yeah.
Bellerin,
Yeah.
bro, like.
Pepe, I wouldn't even call it inconsistency. I'll call it one good game and then the rest are.
No, Pepe only tells him against Chelsea. I was watching against Liverpool. I was like, what? You're performing this bit against Chelsea. You want to move?
Yeah,
I'm trying to get moved to Chelsea. That's why.
But he actually grew up supporting Chelsea. That was his favourite Premier League club.
Because he's Ivorian and Drogba. Like,
Yeah,
makes sense.
makes sense. Yeah. But all in all, are you happy with what you've done so far?
In what sense?
Like
Signings?
transfers, yeah, signings wise. Ceballos another
Yes
year.
and no. Yes and no. I think we should have tried to get Ceballos fully. I
Yeah.
know Real Madrid ain't gonna try and let him go, but
He's
when he
not-
goes
he's
back
not
next
start.
year, he's not gonna.
Yeah. He won't get into that Real Madrid.
He's not gonna get into
Yeah.
the side. He has the qualities and I think the potential to be a top player.
Mm.
Is he gonna showcase that at Arsenal? Probably not.
Yeah, he's another player that's in spurts, isn't it? Sometimes he'll do the little Thiago fake and right, and then you think, oh yeah, this is sick, and then other times he's just doing slide tackles and like rubbish, like I don't
For
know.
me right now, I love Lacazette, but he's not prolific enough.
Is it time now to swap Lacazette for like Nketiah, for example?
Yeah, 100%. I said this from last season.
Oh, we're in agreement that Aubameyang's main position is on left now. He doesn't play.
Yeah, no, Aubameyang's a left winger now, pretty much, isn't it? Or left forward.
But I don't mind that. Yeah. He can play in that position. He can play up top.
I
if
still
he has
score
to.
20 plus goals.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
It's not even the goals for me. As long as someone's getting the goals up. So if he's now getting 12 assists, for example, and then Nketiah's getting say 7 of those goals, I'm happy.
Yeah.
I wanna publicly say as well, like speaking of Arsenal's transfers, I think their biggest, most successful transfer is bringing in Arteta.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
When I see Arteta, that's what I think. Especially regardless of experience, that's a manager.
100%.
That's a manager.
Completely
like
agree.
in any game against top six, me and you have spoken about this. He will abandon the Arsene Wenger way. He will shut up shop. Like there's tactics behind it.
Crazy.
Look at his last couple of games.
How crazy is it to think that Arteta potentially has a bit of Mourinho, a bit of Wenger, a bit of Pep, all within his mould,
and presses like Klopp. It's crazy,
bro. Bro. It's actually mental.
Mm-hmm.
And watching Arsenal at the back end of last season, going into the new season, bro. Arsenal look good.
They're prickly. That's what I understand. Like, they're unpredictable.
Yeah, like
what you got to understand is what you got to understand with Arsenal and Arteta, right? Arteta's just, we'll say he's just walked into the job now, yeah. Now look at Liverpool. How many years has Klopp been at Liverpool?
2-3 years now.
4 now.
It's about 4 years.
And he said in 4 years I'm gonna win. I'll bring the Premier League title back to. Respect Klopp. I respect it.
Everyone's going to expect now Arteta to bring this 100%. Oh yeah, we're going to win every game, or we're going to win this, we're going to win that. Bollocks, that. It's going to take 3, 4, 5, 6 years. He's got to build that foundation. He's got to set in stone the way he plays, the type of players he wants.
But that's exactly sticking on players before you carry on. But do you know what's the perfect thing as well? Especially because you're a youth man. Like Saka's coming into the squad, Nketiah's coming into the squad, Reece Nelson's being used, Willock's being used.
Reece Nelson, I said the other day. He's a very good player, but I don't think he's going to step up to the role.
Yeah.
I think he would have to go to a mid-table Premier team or to try and build his name a bit to then maybe come back into an Arsenal or just he'll be a Palace man.
He tried to do the Sancho, go Germany, didn't really work out.
No, it didn't really work.
But that's the thing. When he did play, he done well. He wasn't given enough time.
But the same thing could be said for Ademola Lookman and those players there.
No,
everyone likes to glamorise or look at Jude Bellingham and Sancho and there's players that haven't made it.
But that's with everything in life. There's some that make it, there's some that don't. It's just how it is.
100%.
As a whole, where would you say Arsenal are going to finish in the Prem? On the back end of 3 games.
If they survive their winter period well, I don't see what's wrong with them taking United's place in the top 4. But knowing Arsenal and how inconsistent they have been over the years,
but Arteta has brought a sense of consistency.
Yes. But these winter periods are so unpredictable. Yeah. Because we've seen what winter games like are in the UK. It's no technical ability at one point. It's just players running on fumes. It's just running because there's nothing. They're knackered. They're exhausted. So we just got to see what happens.
I think we have a chance. I'm not saying we are going to get it. We've got a chance to get top 4. Okay. Personally, if we get Europa League, like no qualifiers or nothing, we get Europa League, I'll be happy.
Okay.
I'll honestly be happy. If we can beat Tottenham and I'd love to beat Tottenham and Chelsea and all that, but if we can get good runs of consistent wins or unbeaten runs for a bit here and there, do well away from home here and there, I'll be happy. I'll be happy. I just want to see good football, the players to play well.
Just crazy. You know, you're talking about like away from home. I'm pretty sure all 3 of Arsenal's games have been away from home. Played Fulham away from home. Yeah. You played West Ham at home. West Ham was at home. Okay, cool. And then you played Liverpool away from home. Okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough. I think in terms of the 3 games you played and the results you got, I think that was actually right.
But then again, with one question to say is, if there were fans there, could it have been a different result?
Essentially.
See, we said on the group chat, I said about Liverpool could be in for a stinker, and I did think Arsenal could get a win, but
especially early stages, they were dominating when Arsenal counter-attacked.
The quality just came
100%.
above. Like the wing backs were Trent was moving crazy the
But
first.
to be fair, he is crossing it, inshallah, bro. He's just every time he comes to him, just crosses it in.
But Reece James has that trait as well. When you watch Reece James play,
But you see, I'm not sure if you lot watched
James.
like the very start of the West Brom game. He put on a plate for Tammy. That Tammy didn't score.
Yeah.
If it was Firmino, if it was Mane, if it was Salah, that's putting on the plate.
maybe not Firmino.
Yeah.
Firmino, defensive striker in it, so he's
No, but in the 6-yard box, he scores.
9.5, false 9.5.
yeah, false
Defensive striker.
But
But yeah,
I do think Arsenal are going to do alright. Like, bro, it actually joys me to watch Arteta on the sideline.
Do you know what we're going to do? We're going to get a cup again. We're going to get that FA Cup. If not, we'll get the Carabao Cup. And we'll get, hopefully, 5th.
I think he was.
I'll be happy with that. I'm not one of these unrealistic Arsenal fans. Yeah, we're going to get 2nd. We're going to beat all the big teams away and home.
Look who we got above blood clot, yeah.
Yeah, like all this. No, man.
No, but I think Arteta
like
got appointed from, was it first team coach to like manager or something like that. So he might get more say in transfer.
Yeah. So basically, the whole manager thing's kind of gone out the window in a lot of football teams now, especially in England, and the whole coaching thing will come in. But now he's been given the manager's role.
That's what Wenger was, isn't it?
Yeah, Wenger had that.
Because now he's the manager. Now we might see a bit more
He's got
hands
more
on
control.
it. He's got more control, and he hasn't got really anyone to override him. If that makes sense.
So like, if you see a new signing come to the club, that's probably Arteta see the
Of course, 100%.
And do you know what's funny? I kind of see that in like Awar, for example, because I know he can then shape and mold him in the way that he wants.
I don't want to see all these. We signed him because Kanu is his like agent, is his friend's agent. Like, no, don't want to hear none of that, man. I want to hear signings from the club, from the man himself who's running the team.
Yeah, fair enough. No, that's fair.
None of this. Come to me because you're Brazilian too. No, none of that, man.
Yeah,
honestly.
Unai Emery lost 4-0 on the weekend. So those are the big bullet against Barcelona. Yeah, they got touched.
Barcelona. We're not going to talk about Barcelona on this podcast, but remember I said to you lot, did I say to you lot that Barcelona's going to have a wicked season?
At first I thought they weren't, but they look good. They actually look good.
I'm telling
I'm
you.
not sure. I haven't seen it yet, but
not in the Champions League.
Listen, from the transfers they've made, they've gone for a different approach. They haven't gone for the Galacticos. I know it's kind of mad using the word Galactico when you talk about Barcelona, but they haven't gone for the Galacticos. They've gone for the more under the radar, potentially going to be world class footballers. And listen, they started with Ansu Fati in the starting lineup, which was a crazy move. They played Griezmann up top. Ooh. They played Coutinho in the 10 and Messi on the right. That in itself that's ridiculous. That's crazy.
And he's still got Trincao on the wings, isn't it?
Bro, and then Trincao came on and apparently had this amazing game. I didn't watch the game in full, and he's killing it in training. Trust me.
You got Dembele to come back.
Brilliant.
Young core.
And from what I've seen of Real Madrid looked lethargic.
Okay.
So if Barcelona can pick up them results early on, mad tick still. But yeah, we'll leave that maybe for next week. Maybe we'll touch upon Barcelona, etc. next week. I kind of want to keep it more Prem orientated. We still got a little bit more to talk about. I know we've been talking for a while, but it's a podcast. There's no time. We do whatever we like. Exactly. Final club we're going to talk about is Manchester United. A club that went the whole of the transfer window. We still got, a week left or so. Sancho this, Sancho that. Sancho's coming, Sancho this.
He's not coming to you!
Bro,
shush.
Sancho, it's not looking likely. He's playing in Dortmund. Obviously, he's doing his thing over there still. They've only signed Van der Beek.
We had a discussion about this, weirdly enough, earlier on.
Rubbish results. Thumped by Palace.
Yeah.
Thumped
by Palace. Lucky against Brighton. We're going to talk about that decision later on. Let's talk about Manchester United first. Pogba's not looking anywhere like his best
I'm going to
self.
send you that picture to put on the...
Yeah. I don't know for United. We're also going to talk about Ole, so if you can hold your thoughts for a bit later, please do. What are you lot saying? United, just the L in general. L in the transfer market, L in the league.
Touching on Van der Beek, what we were talking about. We were saying, it's just a signing that United just made out of nothing.
Yeah.
Was it a position they needed to strengthen? No, they've got Pogba, they've got Fred, they've got Bruno Fernandes as the AMs.
Yeah.
Then Matic is getting old. If you wanted to bolster the midfield, you wanted to get a solid DM. If you're spending 40 million on Van der Beek, you want to bolster your DM. Why can't you spend 50 on Partey like Arsenal wanted to?
Yeah, it's true.
They needed centre backs. I haven't got any centre backs. So Luke Shaw stealing a paycheck at left back. You know what I mean? They've got two good goalkeepers
But even De Gea's kind of like higgy hagger still, like it's a bit.
All I know is if they don't play Dean Henderson, they're gonna lose him.
Yeah, well, he will be England's number one.
Yeah,
there's no doubt. He will be England's number one. So to not have him start for Manchester United, and De Gea's not really performing the best he had. Well, he let's be honest, De Gea's been on a decline recently.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And people might say like, oh, you've got Greenwood, you've got Rashford, you've got Martial, you don't really need to strengthen. They haven't looked all that convincing going forward. Rashford had a great goal against Brighton. However, like, cool, you need Sancho, but there's so many other positions you need to bolster before that. And
that's the thing with United. They've always, for the last however many years, they've always gone for like, we need that little attacking thing. That you don't need Sancho.
Yeah.
Who needs Sancho the most in the Premier League right now? What do you reckon?
In the Prem, well, you know what's mad? Thinking about it, you lot could probably do.
I would say we were the most needed.
City need him.
You say that.
Sane's gone to Ferran Torres, bruv.
But you've got Riyad Mahrez, Bernardo Silva, Phil Foden, Raheem Sterling.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
If Sane's gone, I'm pretty sure.
And then compare that.
Will be like for like.
100%. But then compare that to Arsenal. If we're considering Aubameyang as a winger, Aubameyang, Saka, Pepe, Willian. I know. You know what I mean.
Arsenal definitely need him more. However,
we won't go in the
we
won't go. I'm just saying.
Let me rephrase it. City would have been the better fit.
Yeah, potentially.
Probably the better fit. Yeah. Or the most realistic transfer.
Yeah.
It's crazy. They have no buyback clause.
So wait, are you lot of the opinion that Manchester United needed Sancho?
No.
They don't need him. However, if
they could do with him 100%, but they don't need him.
In theory, every club could do with Sancho.
Yeah.
Plus, when you speak generational talent, his name's
in the conversation. Yeah.
So I get it why you're in there for him. However, seeing as I'm a person with no bias, I don't like United. But
no bias, but you don't like United.
I don't like United. I'm happy to see their recent struggles. They're not playing great football. Ole is clueless. The fact that they had a deadline of August 10th to get this Sancho deal done, and they're still bidding, shows how incompetent their transfer dealings are.
They've already been told they're not gonna get him this season.
And as much as I hate their fans, I feel sorry for them because they're just being given the runaround every transfer.
I know for a fact the American
they give them
owners, I don't know their name.
Glazers.
The Glazers are trying to call them right now. I think
the Glazers part of the Denver Nuggets?
They just invested X amount of million
in
there.
Them lot. Isn't Kroenke?
Kroenke, yeah.
But they've got their own NBA, their own NFL team as well. And they've just invested.
Kroenke's also with the Rams.
Yeah.
X amount of 100 million in like their stadium or their team or something.
They bid 91 million, 10 million more or 20 million more. You get Sancho. You're Manchester United. You're telling me you'll get it back in shirt sales even if there's no fans.
If it was me, honestly, I'll go for a centre back or two.
Bro, they have to.
So now that Reguilon's gone, you get the two main free agents at left back are Tagliafico and Tellez.
Well, they're not even free agents. You're still gonna have to pay a price.
I said not free agents, but they're available to sign. Tellez might go to PSG because Bernard had his ACL injury. What centre backs are in the market? Koulibaly, he's not going to leave.
Yeah.
Unless it's for City.
I think apparently, like from what I've been hearing from my sources over in Italy, Koulibaly looks like he's staying. He's
no, but that's City's fault though because they weren't negotiating directly with Napoli.
Yeah.
Because of the Jorginho deal. Yeah. Like they were speaking through the agent as a mediator to talk to them.
Yeah.
Because Jorginho was promised to City and he went to Chelsea, so they said we don't want to talk to you.
Yeah. Apparently, we might be trying to go for him.
Yeah, Arsenal. Yeah. That'd be a magnificent signing for you, though.
Yeah, apparently
I'd talk for Rudiger
Chelsea,
right now.
Chelsea thing.
Bro, in a heartbeat, Rudiger has to go. In a heartbeat.
You swap who for Rudiger?
Koulibaly.
No, what about Jorginho?
He's got
Jorginho. Yeah, sure.
I just don't understand what's your fascination for players that play for Chelsea. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know. But yeah, I do think if Manchester United don't bolster their defence in some way, even if it's just a flipping left back, I don't know for them. Honestly,
they need a better.
I'm surprised they didn't go for someone like a Doherty. You know,
they need a better second right back because
right back Wan-Bissaka innit?
Yeah, but Fosu Mensah ain't cutting it because Wan-Bissaka ain't playing.
Really?
Wan-Bissaka ain't playing, but Fosu Mensah's there. What's he been doing? Yeah. That looks the much better option. But then Ole isn't playing him. Yeah. Make of that what you will. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, honestly, I don't know for United. But that's the thing. I think Sancho is more of like a superstar signing. I think they just wanted someone to come in and
But United always do that, bro.
do the whole number 7 shirt again and new Ronaldo, etc. Where they really need to invest, I think
they want the hashtag Kenneth where it started.
Yeah, probably. So I don't know. I think that's. I don't know for United. I'm just so glad I'm not United.
It would be like a more like
United are more
publicity.
Yeah, 100%.
Like what they did. It's the same thing with Pogba.
Yeah,
but they
had him dabbing up in the.
People laughed at Chelsea for
shirt.
signing Pulisic because they thought that was the same thing when it weren't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Everyone's like, Pulisic got benched by Sancho. Sancho didn't even come into your team.
Yeah,
it's weird.
Exactly.
Weird.
Staying on the topic of Manchester United. Funnily enough, I've got 2 topics to talk about.
Okay.
First one was the. Did you not see the VAR overruling the penalty decision and basically handball in the box? Handball in the box. Referee blew the whistle. However, VAR prompted the ref and said, "Listen, there was a handball in the box. Review it and."
I 100% agree with it. I agree with it.
The thing is,
frustrating as a fan. It's got to be done.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that because that means we're all on the same page. As a fan, as a football fan, it's frustrating.
It's cruel
because the game's done.
Yeah.
However, the handball was made before the referee blew the whistle, so in theory, it's still in the game.
But there's something the ref didn't catch.
Exactly, the referee didn't catch it. So
it happened in the Bundesliga last season when they charged it as well.
Exactly. So the only thing is though, is I didn't really understand like why everyone was upset. Listen, rules are rules. It was done in game. VAR is there for a reason. That's their job. Yeah. So for them to call it back and be like, listen, go pre the thing. I think you've handballed it. I think the player handballed it, which he did handball it. Manchester United got the penalty. Ended up winning the game. Obviously, Bruno Fernandes with another penalty. People can say whatever they like about Bruno Fernandes and penalties, but one thing's for sure, he fucking puts them in the back of the net.
Yeah.
And that's what you want and need because United,
goals.
Listen, horrible against Brighton. Brighton, very unfortunate against 2 big clubs.
They pop them.
Like,
absolutely
unbelievable. Like, and, bro, listen, United as a whole are in massive trouble. Massive trouble. And this prompts me to kind of pretty much, my last topic is, although for a lot of people, even for us, it's probably a very obvious answer. Who is more likely to get sacked first? Ole or Frank Lampard?
Scott Parker.
Let's leave Scotty Parker out of it for now.
I love Scotty, but
he's definitely getting the boot.
Let's leave him out of it for now. Like, obviously, Manchester United have been horrible recently. They've been horrible as of late. Transfer market flopped. Ole's head is definitely on the line. Obviously, if you're on Twitter, United fans, they're losing their rag, completely out of it. And then on Lampard's end, he's all this money's been spent on good players. They're not playing well, not great results. Does this kind of test Lampard's ability as a manager?
Which I think was so weird.
Putting him
it's crazy. I think if they, in alternate universes, if they were to both be sacked, it would be for completely different reasons.
Okay, shit, I didn't even think
so. So if Frank Lampard was to get sacked, it wouldn't be because of a string of bad performances. It wouldn't be because of a fans revolting or whatever. It'd be because of the board. They want answers. We've signed this, that, and the other.
Why is it? Yeah,
cool. The fans would never turn on Frank Lampard, in my opinion, ever, regardless.
I think they will.
No, I don't think so.
This is Chelsea.
It will be prolonged.
Forget about you lot, like your general Chelsea fans.
Okay, cool. So if they do, it's prolonged. I think they'll give more time.
Look at Twitter.
Right now. Than what Ole, in Ole's instance, the fans are already revolting.
Yeah, he's lost the fans already. Ole's lost the fans. Let's be honest.
As of right now, he's got the board's backing because he hasn't been given the place he's wanted. He wants Sancho, this, that, and the other.
We're not getting Sancho! Second time, no Sancho!
So, however, with United, after a string of bad performances, the fans' revolt sometimes is so much the manager gets axed just because. And knowing United, the performances aren't looking great. If that continues, I think, odds of it right now, Ole might be sacked before Lampard.
Yeah.
I think Lampard will be given more time because the fans will take longer to revolt against him, kind of thing, which does less damage to the club. So I think as of right now, Ole's in the heat a lot more than Frank Lampard is. If Frank Lampard was to lose his next 5 games, it'd be the media on him more than the fans are, which is crazy.
Yeah.
So with Ole right now, if United lose 5 games, we can imagine the uproar.
Yeah.
100% ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I think as of right now.
But that's
Ole,
the thing though. If Lampard was to lose the next 5 games, are you telling me his head wouldn't be on the chopping board?
It definitely would be. However, like I feel like it'd be slightly less than what Ole would be if he lost 5 games.
Chelsea, if I'm not mistaken, Chelsea have Palace next.
Yeah.
If Chelsea lose to Palace, is that not straight away
It's very worrying sign. Yeah, it's a very worrying
concern.
sign. Yeah.
But
Not enough to prompt sacking talk.
fucking 4th game.
Yes,
Yeah.
but then you.
I don't care about 70 million signings.
I
80
know,
million
but like
signings.
I don't know.
But Scott Parker,
Give him time.
Scott Parker's done that, man.
And the owner actually came out on Twitter.
Yeah,
Did
he
you see
said,
that?
"I'm sorry, we didn't get the signings we wanted. We wanted to get a new centre back, blah blah blah. But like, it went through our fingers. It's,
Yeah,
I
it's
promised to
mad.
sign more players for you lot. I
Really?
promised to
Came
turn
out.
this around.
Owner
Yeah.
came out on Twitter. And
Should I go
actually
off shot to get the tweet out? I can go get the tweet for you, fam.
Bro, if you want,
Right, bear with me.
it's calm. You can give your opinion on the Ole Lampard situation. I'm assuming you're of the opinion that Ole.
Listen, Ole's going to get sacked first.
Yeah.
He is going to get sacked either way. But
Mm.
he will be first likely to get sacked in front of Frank Lampard. Will he get sacked this season if he doesn't do well? Probably. But probably not.
I'd say yeah.
But why?
Just because it's Chelsea.
You know what I mean?
Just because it's Chelsea.
Just
See,
'cause Chelsea.
listen.
Let me do the country.
I honestly don't think. I don't. This season, no matter what, Frank Lampard's not getting sacked.
Okay.
I'll tell you that for a fact now. Ole, is he getting sacked this season? If they do bad,
What's the guy's name? Sadiq Khan after Mayor London, isn't it?
No, it's close. No, you're right. It's close still. I think it might actually.
it's something Khan still.
I think it
I
actually
swear.
might be. Hold on.
Because he tried buy. What did he try buy?
I don't know, bro.
He tried buy something mad.
Tony Khan.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Imagine Tony and Khan. This is mad. I mean,
Tony Khan. Should I play?
I found a public radio producer.
I don't think, bro.
Go directly on his Twitter page.
No, he can't find the Twitter page. That's the problem. Yeah, well.
Oh, I found a Twitter page.
Alright,
Alright, cool. Owner of football analytics at Jaguars. So this is definitely him. So he said, I apologise to Fulham FC supporters for our performance tonight. We've looked to add centre back since Wembley. I'm sorry we haven't yet, as 2 got COVID and we lost a 3 we thought was close. Plus had another issue of a 4 centre back. I promised players in plus better efforts from this squad. I should plus will apologise repeatedly for that performance. I'm sorry everybody, we all need to do a better job. Everyone at the club for the past year worked really hard to get the team up, and now we need to work significantly harder to stay up. I promise better efforts than today.
Well, fair play. Do you not appreciate that if that was your life?
Yes,
if I was a
I know.
fan, yeah, because he's invested.
Yes and no. Because like, fair enough. It's good to hear that the owner cares.
Yeah.
But should he be putting that out in public on Twitter?
I appreciate it. Do you know why? Because we don't know what happens behind the scenes. So that gives like, unless you have a documentary like Spurs on All or Nothing, you don't know what's happening at your club, innit?
Plus, no fans are coming to the stadium, so
Yeah, exactly. So it's keeping fans in the loop, and I do appreciate it. I just think there's just certain things you can and can't say. You know what I mean? But I don't think he said anything wrong in that. I'm just saying there's certain things you can and can't say. So, but yeah.
I personally don't think you should have put it out on Twitter like that. But
Really?
yeah, at least come on like a Sky Sports or TalkSport.
Okay,
You know
so
what
you're
I mean?
saying to go like
Yeah,
to,
properly like.
but
Don't.
then
That's like me saying something on Twitter. You know what I mean?
I know, but then but then again though, I think Twitter probably has a bigger reach than either of those platforms.
It's everyone's
to be fair.
newspaper.
Yeah,
nowadays, isn't it?
so I think bro, so be it. Listen, if that's what he thinks,
Could have come on
right,
seasons and said it. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Tony Khan.
If you want a platform to talk to your Fulham fans, come talk to us.
So only 15-20 minutes around the corner, Craven Cottage.
We'll set it up.
100%. But I think that was a good way to end the podcast. Unless you don't have anything to add, I'm kind of done on my end. God.
You're not getting Sancho. I'm telling you, you're not getting Sancho.
Three times.
3 times, you know.
We also say Scott Parker. Count your days, bro. Done.
Wow.
I hate to say it, but
Listen,
sorry,
you think just because you look good in the suit, you're on crud. It's not happening.
sorry, man.
Oh my god.
Go help out Charlton. They might need you.
Potentially.
Yeah.
With that being said, we have reached the end of the podcast. Oh, bro, I tell you what, it's a great.
I don't want to leave. I just want to
Yeah.
talk to you lot so much
It's
more.
great. It's great being back. I've missed it so much, and the fact that we now have like a home for the pod is crazy, isn't it? Like,
It's crazy.
I just hope you lot follow us throughout this whole journey. It's gonna be crazy. We are gonna keep the consistency. This is the first of however many bloody game weeks there are in the season left. Like, we're gonna be here. We're gonna constantly push out content. We're gonna have visuals. We're gonna be on all platforms. We're gonna be here week in, week out if we will stay healthy, God willing. Touch wood. We're here. Everything. Just your head's enough, yeah. Yeah. So with that being said, it's been your boy Clouds P.
It's been your boy Alejandro. Alejandro.
Liam, you're not getting Sancho.
I think I might title the video "You're Not Getting Sancho." Potentially. Yeah.
Before we sign up,
Yeah.
if you ever want a shisha fix,
Yeah.
come to Sequoia Lounge.
I could do the anger right now.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? You know, if you was to come to Sequoia Lounge, you might actually catch us here. You probably will catch us.
You're
here.
you're 90% sure to catch us
Yeah.
here.
Probably me more, but yeah.
But yeah, it's been good seeing you lot.
Yeah.
If you're not looking up for the Caesar's YouTube channel, you're absolutely missing out because it's a new wave and you better hop on that train, man.
Yeah, 100%.
I agree.
Seasons Football on YouTube, at Seasons Football, Twitter, at Seasons Football _ on Instagram. If you don't want to bait out you lot's things, let the people know how to follow you, find you, chat to
You wanna
you.
go first on me?
Yeah, so it's at LC Ralston, which is my private on or personal, should I say, on Instagram and Twitter. Then I've got at Imperial Coaching UK, which is my football coaching business. If you want to know more about that, come have a look.
Yep, Ads Huncho on Twitter and Instagram. Ads Entertainment on YouTube. It isn't really active right now, but there's a couple of videos on there for you to watch. Ads ENT. Ads Huncho the Great on TikTok.
Couple meals on that as well, isn't it?
Yeah. It's still alright. It's still alright.
Humble.
Get him to another meal on that one, on one of his
Yeah,
videos.
I'm almost on 20k, but obviously if you guys are watching, let's work towards 30k. So
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
100%.
shout out Sequoia and
What?
we're trying to wavelength here. Team Night fans, one more time.
Oh, okay. You're not getting Sancho!
Boys, it's been a pleasure, and we're out for another week.
Peace.